The mace has arrived in Minecraft. 2 new items to craft it, new armor trims, banner patterns, and pottery sherds, all added to the trial chambers. Big news day for Minecraft. So let's start with the simple stuff. And just a quick disclaimer, none of these items are actually in full release yet, but they can be accessed only in the beta, preview, and snapshot versions of the game. The bolt and flow armor trim smithing templates have been added to Minecraft and can be obtained from trial chamber vaults. Once you have those armor trims, you can duplicate them just like any other armor trim, and the specific block you need for bolt is copper or waxed copper, and the item you need for the flow armor trim is the breeze rod. In addition to the armor trims, we also have the banner patterns. The flow and the guster banner patterns are also obtained from the vaults. And last but not least, we have the flow, guster, and scrape pottery sherds, all available as decorated pots found inside the trial chambers. So if cosmetics is your thing, there are plenty of new items to find in the trial chambers. It's shaping up like this is the place to be in 1.21. So as I've already mentioned, the loot tables in the vaults have been updated to include several of these items, and one more new item is the heavy core. The new heavy core is one of 2 items needed to craft the mace, which I'll talk about in more detail shortly, and it can be obtained from the vaults, as I just mentioned. However, the changelog refers to the heavy core as a mysterious dense block. This is where some speculation might come into play. Many items in Minecraft have multiple uses, so could the same be said of the heavy core, or is it just another material needed for the mace and that's it? I tend to think that it could be used for something else. When I think of cores, I think of reactors, or something mechanical or electrical. And if you remember back to October during Minecraft Live, Mojang announced that this update was going to focus on combat, which I feel like is shaping up to be pretty accurate, especially after this mace was added. But they also mentioned the other side of this update was going to be for tinkering. And aside from the crafter workstation, there's not been a whole lot of focus on the tinker side of things, in my opinion. So could it be that the new heavy core could be combined with another item in the game to create some new redstone component, or a workstation, or maybe combined with an existing workstation to modify its ability? Time will tell, but I think this could be where it's headed. Or maybe it's a portal frame block. Nah, probably not. But back to what we do know, the mace. In addition to the heavy core, you also need the new breeze rod to craft the mace. And the breeze rod is a new drop that you can obtain by defeating the breeze mob inside of trial chambers. The breeze rod can be crafted into 4 wind charges, but I'm also wondering if there might be more uses for this that will pop up over time as well. If you compare this to something like the blaze rod, you can use blaze rods for potions, for eyes of ender, for furnace fuel, a variety of things. Maybe the breeze rod will follow suit and offer us some more options as well. If that ends up being the case, don't worry, you're gonna hear it here first. I got you covered for all the 1.21 Minecraft update news. Even though this is kind of my first Minecraft 1.21 update news video, that's fine, we're moving on. So now let's actually talk about the mace. This is the first tool, aside from something like shears, that can be crafted in your inventory without the need of a crafting table. It only takes 2 items, and once you've crafted the mace, you can go and smash your enemies, quite literally. You can use it as a regular melee weapon and do some decent damage to regular mobs. But where this weapon shines, when you jump off of something that is above 1.5 blocks tall, for every block taller that you go and jump, it will stack and increase that damage. It's actually pretty insane. As it stands right now, I don't know if this is going to change, but you can one-shot the Warden and the Ender Dragon. How about the Wither? This is shaping up to be the most overpowered weapon ever introduced into Minecraft, and it's kind of crazy. But that power does come with a lot of risk. When you jump, there's nothing special about the mace that helps you to float or fly or anything like that. If you hit the ground, you're gonna hit the ground. Damage is only dealt on a successful hit on a mob, and when you get a successful hit, it will negate any fall damage done to yourself. However, if you don't land the hit, well, you hit the land hard. And not only does this weapon deal damage to enemies, but it also deals knockback to push your enemies away from you. So if there's quite a few of them and you you don't feel like taking them on, you could probably run away in time. When you combine the mace with something like a wind charge, you get some really cool combat mechanics that were not possible before the 1.21 update. With a wind charge, you can fire it at the ground and boost yourself up into the air. With mace in hand, you can drop down on top of your enemies and take them all out. I don't know about you, but I'm actually really excited about not just this combo of wind charge and mace, but the possibility of more things like this coming to the game at some point. This could just be the beginning of changing the overall combat face of Minecraft. As of this beta, there are no enchantments available for the mace except for mending, but I'm sure that will change before its full release. As for whether or not this is worth carrying along with you or replacing your sword, well, we don't have enough information at this time to really make that determination. Without enchantments, I would probably say no, but let's be real. Enchantments, they're coming. I will say this is a fantastic start. And aside from the obvious enchantment additions, some other things that could use improvement about the mace, maybe a bit of a visual redesign. When Mojang was teasing this new item, I was all in on the hammer. And to be honest, it looks like a hammer. All other weapons and tools in Minecraft are 2D, so it does make sense that this follows the same visual design. However, when compared to things like the mace in Minecraft dungeons, this visually just doesn't quite hit the mark. So I hope they go back to the drawing board a little bit with this and maybe change it up, or just rename it to the hammer and let us break blocks with it too. That'd be fine. I'd be okay with that. But what do you guys think? Are you headed to the trial chambers when 1.21 drops to pick this up, or are you gonna pass on it? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you're new. And hey, don't go anywhere. There's more Minecraft content on the way.